Dailyn Swain might be the best wing in the 2026 NBA Draft. This is Floor and Ceiling, let's break him down. Dailyn Swain is an elite slasher who is sized like a wing, drives like a guard, has some feel as a playmaker, and has all the tools to be a great defender. Swain has really broken out this season at Texas, though he was already showing a lot of this at Xavier last year. He excels at driving to the basket, which has made him one of the best isolation players in the country as well. Very few defenders have had an answer for Swain getting downhill, who reminds me of Jalen Suggs, RJ Barrett, or even Dylan Harper with how he attacks the basket. Then he's added enough as a playmaker while handling more usage and responsibilities. I'm not overly high on Swain as a passer, but he can make basic reads. When you pair his functional passing with his ease getting to the basket, that is a dangerous combination. On defense, Swain has fallen off a bit this season, but his priors on that end of the floor are pretty encouraging. He's not a total stopper right now, but he will be pretty valuable positionally in the future while offering sufficient use on and off the ball. So sure, Swain has a lot of enticing strengths, but he still has some glaring improvement points too. For one, Swain's three-pointer has gotten better, but it still has a ways to go before I am comfortable with it in the NBA. The Texas Junior has always shown touch as a shooter, but not reliability from deep. Similarly, Swain is great at attacking the basket, but he is too one-dimensional. If the ball isn't in his hands, which seems fairly possible in the NBA, at least early on, then what will he do? Sometimes I think that Swain plays too much like a guard, but without the perimeter shooting or the advanced passing to be a primary on-ball player at the next level. And then, as I said, the Texas prospect needs to rev up again as a defender. All of that keeps Swain closer to my top 20 than my top 10, though he will get lottery consideration. Swain's scoring and appeal starts with his driving. The Texas Junior loves a long, sweeping crossover in either direction. He has different setups and counters to his drives, as he also has a hezzy to freeze the big, or a spin move to change directions. Swain likes to use a screen one way and then change direction the other. He's more fluid, strong, and calculated than twitchy, but he's a good athlete. Then, as I said, Swain is posting incredible isolation numbers this season to go along with really impressive conversion and volume at the basket. This means that Swain will be dangerous in transition as well as he is already, and we have to keep in mind during all of this that he is around 6'8". Moving away from the basket, Swain shows signs of real touch. He's equipped with a teardrop when he's in those in-between areas of the floor, and his flashes of touch on tape are backed up by the numbers to an extent. Swain is making about 82% of his free throws this season, which is perfectly in line with his career average. But I'm wondering if he can broaden his range. Swain can make open threes, and he's made a respectable 34% on all threes this season, but I need greater volume and consistency. I'll dive into this later, but his spot-ups will be very important for him going forward. Then, as a pull-up shooter, Swain has flashed a 3, but really it's only come when he's been given plenty of time and space. I believe in the shot, but more still needs to happen. When it comes to playmaking, Swain can use a ball screen, read the basic help, and find the open man. He's capable when it comes to running empty side pick and rolls, and in general, he's gotten a lot of pick and roll reps this season. At this point though, I probably prefer him driving and kicking. Swain can use his size and driving gravity to make some reads over the top, in turn creating decent looks at the rim or from 3. I still wish that he could leverage his length more to create better passing angles, but he's not that advanced yet, and I'm not sure he ever will be. Still, Swain can make decisions in the half court when he's on the ball, and if you put him in a less focal role, he should be able to make connective decisions as well. His 1.3 assist to turnover ratio points to that, and it's pretty solid right now when combined with his usage at Texas. Quickly switching gears to the other end of the floor, I'm buying Swain's defensive tools and priors. The Texas prospect can cover ground on and off the ball, and he'll be useful in gaps, passing lanes, etc. When Swain is engaged, he picks up deflections, steals, and loose balls. He's rangy and he can take bumps at an acceptable level with his strength. Thinking about the NBA, Swain is going to take on primary wing assignments, which is always valuable. As I'll get into, his production and honestly his effort has waned this season, but that's probably a byproduct of his increased responsibilities down the other end, and in general, I'm buying Swain's defense. Getting into Swain's improvement points, I'm unsure about what value he'll add off the ball. This is very important for when he starts off in the NBA, where he very well might just be the quote-unquote 5th guy on the court who stands in the corner. As I've been saying, Swain's catch-and-shoot 3 is not reliable yet. Plus, his shot has a bit of a hitch or a pause at all times that I feel iffy about. Overall, the question is whether Swain will have the ball in his hands, and if so, how much. Frankly, I'm not sure he'll get the chance to run pick and rolls or isolate as much in the NBA as he's been doing at Texas. On some teams, probably nowhere near it. So if that's the case, he'll need to become more reliable as a spot-up shooter while also adding more activity off the ball as a cutter and as a rebounder. At this juncture, Swain is a bit one-dimensional as a scorer. He's really reliant on driving and he lacks counters. The Texas Junior is a good, but I don't think he's a great athlete. His drives can feel a bit mechanical and his finishes need to be more emphatic sometimes. However, what I'm truly focusing on here is what happens if Swain gets walled off. He doesn't have a mid-range pull-up over the top for when this happens, be that a turnaround or a 1-2 dribble jumper. From the perimeter, he's flashed that hezzy pull-up 3 which I mentioned earlier, but on pretty low volume, and his loading time is pretty slow as well. As a playmaker, Swain still picks up too many avoidable and frustrating turnovers for my liking. His accuracy is too hit or miss, especially when he leaves his feet or is dealing with pressure. Swain's handle is definitely functional, but ultimately it's not that dynamic if all that he's doing is driving. Plus, I just don't find Swain to be the quickest processor. This is not overly problematic, but it definitely makes me question how many ball handling and decision-making opportunities he'll get in the NBA. Overall, one of my big questions with Swain is whether he can defend and attack at a similar level. Right now, it sort of feels like it's one or the other. This season, he's really broken out as a scorer and relatively as a playmaker, but his defensive production and reads have dropped. I'm still iffy about Swain's NBA fit because he needs to be on the ball to be at his best, but I think teams are much likelier to start him off the ball. That's not easy, especially if Swain's 3 isn't up to scratch. As always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to leave a comment telling me what you make of Dailyn Swain, make sure to subscribe to the Floor and Ceiling Substack, and if you enjoy the channel, if you want to watch more content like this, subscribe to the channel as well. Take care, and I'll catch you guys next time.